Hello, Chris here from JMP. Today we're going to be looking at a JMP 50 watt master volume combo 2x12. It's a beautiful old amp. It's been in storage for a while, so it needs checking out. We're going to check the reservoir caps, we're going to check the main power resistors, we're going to check all the voltages on the current, and we're going to lube and clean the pots with Kaig F5, and we're going to clean and lube the switches and jacks with Kaig D5. Now, take a look at the condition of this. I've got it on a bench on its side, so we can start at the bottom. We have cobwebs, which makes it look worse than it really is. A couple of little tears in the Tolex. Nothing too bad on the bottom there at all. We have got all the feet, and we've got all the corner pieces. We do have a broken label, but the grill cloth's in good nick. Don't worry about this white piping missing. It's not missing. Someone's put on a piece of this plastic grippy stuff to hold plectrums. Yeah, marvellous. On the top, again, we have all the corner pieces. The grill is intact. We've got both of the handle covers, and the front panel, although grimy, is in lovely condition. And going around to the back, we see it's got its original speakers. These are actually G1265s with the Marshall stickers, and the date code, because it's stamped on the chassis leg, means it's not the later type. So this is a February 1979 speaker pair, which matches perfectly with the 1980 date of the amplifier. Was a bit worried when we see this kind of thing in here. Look, we've got the extension mains plug, but it's not wired to anything. It doesn't appear to have been. I think they put that there to hold the mains plug so it wouldn't flop around inside and damage things. It's been rewired on the speakers with some Van Dam speaker cable. That's okay, probably leave that in there as part of the history. Apart from that, we have all of our cup washers, screws, all look original, no tears on the back. Okay, so not bad at all. Yes, we have cobwebs. I've already hoovered some out of the inside of the cab. Don't worry about cobwebs, crikey. Spiders can cover acres in cobwebs in a very short time, so you know that's fine. We have the label here that tells us it's 19th of the 2nd 80, and Paul Lee, by the looks of it. Okay, and we can see it's a 50 watt master volume combo. Okay, and who have we got here? Roslyn is the tag board. Oh no, they call it tag board. That's actually the hand assembly part of the PCB. We have our serial number, which of course is the SA, which on this one does mean 50 watt. I wonder if when you see it on the 100 watt ones, that actually it's been misunderstood and it means something else. But anyway, looking quite nice. We're looking all pretty good. Original caps, original iron, and here we are inside. The most obvious thing here is all those big yellow blobs. Okay, that's no big deal, that's okay. You know, putting the orange drops in there. They're all the correct values. It's not doing a whole lot either way, to be honest. As a test, I did a complete recomponent on a JCM 800, which is pretty much the same as this, to see what does what and what doesn't. But anyway, now we have, I replaced this resistor here because for the master volume it's supposed to be a 10k. What we had in there, if I can find it, was a nasty blue modern metal film resistor of a 4k7 for some reason. The 2k7 there had been replaced, but again with a modern package, so I put in a proper period correct package. The caps in the bias DC circuit have been changed. I've never had to change those before, really, never had to change them at all. Can't think why. Maybe because they were electrolytics and the person thought they'd better. Sandra. Now we saw a different name for on the label, but I think Sandra has populated the PCB. The other little modification is a push-pull switch on the treble control. Okay, all that's doing, it's wired across here to one of the treble bleed caps on the input. Okay, some people take this cap out because it's letting through too much treble and they think their Marshall is too trebly and too bright and too brittle. Yeah, really. Well, the problem there is, son, it's not a bedroom amp. So, yeah, it's going to cut your head off in your bedroom. If you're doing what this is supposed to do, cut through a whole band and a whole load of audience leather-clad jackets and denim-clad knees, you need that sound. That's what a Marshall's for. So anyway, I quite like the idea of putting it on a switch. It gives you the option of switching it in or out. So if you want a little bit less bite, just pull the switch and it will take that out of circuit. Got a few little cobwebs we need to get rid of. Everything else looks to be okay. We do have a broken input socket there, so we'll replace that. Now, we do need to check the soldering and the work on these replacement capacitors. We have no idea who did it and how well they've done it. The thing about this is not so much soldering in the new parts, it's removing the old parts. To remove the old parts can be quite tricky, and you need to know what you're doing in order not to damage the solder tracks and to peel them off of the substrate underneath. Now, I have taken a very close look. You won't be able to see on the phone video, but I've checked every single one of those. All the solder pads are good, all of the soldering is good, so hey, hats off, yeah, nice work, whoever this was. Nice choice to take that treble bleed cap out of circuit on a switch instead of just cutting the leg. So all in all, once we get this jack socket replaced, I think we're looking good. And here we are. Okay, everything checks out. The reservoir caps have been disconnected from circuit and checked, and they all measure good for capacitance and ESR. All of our voltages are there. We're getting enough current. We've got a nice bias minus DC voltage. So it's all looking good for a bit of a sound check. So we're quite nicely cleaned up and everything now. Got the power cable in, pat test, and front panel's looking okay. So what do we find? Well, we've got all the caps in the preamp replaced with orange drops. Okay, that's not so bad. It loses a lot of originality, and it's 1980 JMP, so that's a bit kind of borderline to affect the street price. The modification to have the push-pull switch to take one of the treble bleed caps out of circuit, that's not so bad. It's easily reversible. Shame the engineer hadn't kept the original pot and fixed it inside somehow so that we could always take it back, but that's not so bad. Okay, we're pretty good. Now, in demonstration, we're going to have a listen, and the whole idea of this is the touch sensitivity of these is incredible. You can adjust the amount of breakup just with your hands. Now, I'm just using a Chinese built Squire Strat with the pickups that come with it. This knocks about in the workshop. The guitar cost me 20 quid. The strings are old. It's probably not even all that quite in tune, but just listen to the way you can go from clean to crunch just with the plectrum. This is Chris at Tube and Truss. Let's see how he sounds.